Look around you, your room, your city, the earth, the sun, the galaxy, all of it. Every single thing you've ever known, every star you've ever seen, every moment in history. What if it's all happening inside a black hole? I know, it sounds crazy, impossible even. But here's the thing. Some of the brightest physicists in the world think this might actually be true. And when you look at the evidence, it's hard to ignore. Welcome to Think Now. Today we're diving into one of the most mind-bending theories in modern physics. A theory that could completely change how we understand reality itself. Because what if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning of everything, but the moment we fell into a black hole? What if the universe isn't expanding into space, but collapsing into a singularity? And what if every black hole in our universe contains another entire universe inside it? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at the night sky the same way again. Before we can understand this theory, we need to understand what a black hole actually is. Most people think of black holes as cosmic vacuum cleaners that suck up everything. But that's not quite right. Here's what a black hole really is. A black hole forms when a massive star dies. The star's core collapses under its own gravity. All that mass gets compressed into an incredibly small space. The gravity becomes so intense that it creates what we call an event horizon. This is the point of no return. Once something crosses the event horizon, it can never escape. Not even light itself. That's why we call them black holes. Light goes in but never comes back out. At the center of the black hole is something called the singularity. This is where all the mass is compressed into an infinitely small point. Space and time break down here. Our physics equations stop working. Now here's what's interesting. We can't see what happens inside a black hole. Once something crosses the event horizon, it's gone from our universe forever. We have no way to observe it, no way to get information from inside. To an outside observer, anything falling into a black hole appears to slow down and freeze at the event horizon, never quite crossing it. Time itself seems to stop. But from the perspective of something falling in, time keeps flowing normally. You'd cross the event horizon and continue falling toward the singularity. Two different perspectives, two different realities. Remember this, it's crucial for what comes next. Now let's talk about our universe. The Big Bang Theory tells us that 13.8 billion years ago, everything, all matter, all energy, all of space itself, emerged from an infinitely small, infinitely dense point. Sound familiar? That's right. The Big Bang singularity has the exact same description as a black hole singularity. In the 1970s and 80s, physicists started noticing something strange. When you look at Einstein's equations for a black hole and you look at Einstein's equations for our expanding universe, they're remarkably similar. In fact, they're mathematically almost identical. Here's the mind-blowing part. The surface area of a black hole's event horizon is proportional to its mass. The more mass falls into a black hole, the bigger its event horizon gets. Now, our observable universe is expanding. The more mass and energy it contains, the bigger it gets. See the connection? In 2010, physicist Nikodem Poplawski published a paper proposing this. Every black hole that forms in our universe might create a new universe inside it. And our universe? It might be inside a black hole that exists in another parent universe. When a star collapses into a black hole in the parent universe, from our perspective inside, we experience it as a Big Bang. The parent universe sees a black hole. We inside it see an expanding universe. We're not looking out at the universe. We're looking inside a black hole. I know what you're thinking. This sounds like science fiction, but let's look at the evidence. Evidence number 1, the cosmological horizon.
Our universe has something called a cosmological horizon. This is the limit of what we can observe. Because the universe is expanding, there are regions of space moving away from us faster than light can travel. We can never see beyond this horizon. A black hole has an event horizon. Once you cross it, you can never communicate back to the outside universe. These two concepts are eerily similar. Both represent boundaries beyond which information cannot pass. Evidence number 2, the expansion. Our universe is expanding. Galaxies are moving away from each other. Space itself is stretching. But here's the question. Expanding into what? If the universe is everything that exists, what's on the outside for it to expand into? The black hole theory provides an answer. The universe isn't expanding into anything external. We're falling deeper into a black hole. The expansion is actually the geometry of space-time inside the black hole. Evidence number 3, the singularity problem. Both black holes and the Big Bang have singularities, points where density becomes infinite and physics breaks down. Most physicists think singularities shouldn't actually exist in nature. They're probably artifacts of incomplete theories. But if the Big Bang singularity and black hole singularities are the same thing viewed from different perspectives, that would explain why they have identical mathematical properties. Evidence number 4, the arrow of time. Time flows in one direction in our universe. We move from past to future. Entropy always increases. You can't unscramble an egg. Inside a black hole, time doesn't flow normally. In fact, the direction we call future becomes the direction toward the singularity. You can't stop moving toward it, just like you can't stop moving forward in time. Could this explain why time only flows one way in our universe? Evidence number 5, the information paradox. There's a famous problem in physics called the black hole information paradox. When something falls into a black hole, what happens to the information about it? Does it get destroyed? Physics says information can't be destroyed, but it seems to vanish into black holes. But what if that information doesn't vanish? What if it becomes the matter and energy of a new universe inside the black hole? That would solve the paradox. If this theory is true, the implications are absolutely staggering. Implication, Burger 1, infinite multiverse. Every black hole contains a universe. And every universe contains black holes which contain more universes which contain more black holes. Its universes all the way down. There could be an infinite hierarchy of nested universes. We're in a black hole, which is in a larger universe, which is in an even larger black hole. Forever. Some universes might be older in the parent universe, some younger. We'd have no way to communicate between them.
Implication number 2, the Big Crunch isn't the end. Our universe is expanding, but that expansion is accelerating. Many physicists think it will expand forever, eventually becoming cold and dark in a heat death. But in the black hole model, there's another possibility. Eventually, everything in our universe might reach the central singularity. That could be what we call the Big Crunch. But here's the twist. That singularity might be the Big Bang of another universe inside a black hole that forms within our universe, death and birth. The cycle continues. Implication number 3, we can never know for sure. This is the frustrating part. If we're inside a black hole, we can never see outside it. The event horizon prevents any information from the parent universe from reaching us. We can never prove or disprove this theory through observation. It's fundamentally unknowable. That's why some physicists dismiss it. If you can't test it, is it really science or is it philosophy? Implication 4. Black holes are creative forces. We usually think of black holes as destructive. They tear apart stars. They consume everything. But in this model, they're the most creative forces in existence. Every black hole is a birth, a new universe coming into being. Creation through destruction, death leading to rebirth. It's almost poetic. Implication 5. Reality is relative. To an observer in the parent universe, we're inside a black hole, frozen at the event horizon. Time stopped. But to us, living inside, time flows normally. The universe is vast and expanding. Both perspectives are equally valid. Reality depends on where you're observing from. There is no absolute reality, only relative perspectives. This is one of the deepest lessons of Einstein's relativity, taken to its ultimate conclusion. Now, to be fair,
a simple
most
needle
physicists don't
traveling
accept
at the speed
this
of
theory.
light
Let me tell
hit
you
Earth?
why. Sounds
Problem
harmless,
number
right?
one,
Just
no
a tiny
testable
needle.
predictions.
5 centimeters
Science
long.
requires
Weighs only a
testable
few
predictions.
grams.
This
The same
theory
needle
doesn't
your
make
mom
any
uses for
predictions
sewing.
we can test.
But what if this
If we
needle
can
was
never
moving
observe
at
outside our universe,
299,
how can we
792,
prove or disprove it?
458
Problem
meters
number
per
2,
second? The math
Have
is
you ever
right
wished to
itself.
stop time?
While
Would it
black
just
holes
make a
in our
small
universe
hole
have
to fix
similar
it without
equations,
relive a
they're
memory,
not identical.
or
Or
something
skip the
far more
different
different
presents
that
that need to
but
be
what if welcome
explained.
to think
We can
now.
actually
Problem
control
where we
time.
explore the most
Quantum
mind-bending
pause
what
it,
ifs,
but
scenarios.
Einstein's relativity
Fast
describes
forward
black
might
holes,
seem
or even
but
it doesn't
endlessly.
endlessly.
But the answer
Let's
will
imagine what our
absolutely
world would
blow
look
your
theory of
mind.
quantum gravity
Because
to
this
fully
innocent
understand
needle
the first thing that
happens
would
at
become one of the
singularity
most
is
devastating
power. We
weapons
have
in the
that, we
universe.
can't be
most
sure about
dangerous
any of
weapon in
this.
existence.
Before we dive
person
into
who
the
could control
initial
time could
conditions,
never
set
lose
up
a
our
war.
scenario.
If
Never
our
fail.
universe is
We have a
inside
standard
a black
sewing
hole,
governments would
let's say
fight
it's
to
made
tame
of
this
steel
power.
that created
It's
it.
about
Scientists
5
would
centimeters
study
long
long
and
and
the
weighs
rest of the
approximately
world.
1
How
gram.
does it have
Simply
exactly
fear.
the right
Because
imagine
imagine
create a
universe
someone
like
paused
ours.
time, they could
This
move
needle
like
is
steam.
somehow
If they rewind it, they could
light.
change history itself.
Now, according
Could
to
we create a
Einstein's
chain
theory of
creativity,
relativity,
a black hole,
tiny
with
differences
mass,
that could
do all
rewrite
black holes
everything
create
we know.
universes or only
Now,
some?
this is a
Is there
what
if you could rewind your mistakes, so let's
you
better
ever
learn
learn
from
rules
them.
of physics.
If you could
just
we
the
ever
hard
communicate
parts
with
of
our
light,
needle is now
anything
traveling
still
at
have meaning.
99
Every
790
that's what makes this theory so
fascinating
helps us grow.
It pushes
But
the
at
boundaries of what we can
300,000
understand about
humans
reality
might lose
itself.
their
It could
sense of-
what
So,
if are we
a
living
simple
inside a
needle
black hole, traveling at the
maybe,
speed of
maybe
light?
not.
Hit
The
Earth
math suggests
sounds
it's
harmless,
possible.
right?
The
Just a
evidence is
tiny
tantalizing.
needle, 5
But we may
centimeters
never
long,
have definitive
weighs only
proof.
a few grams,
And perhaps that's okay.
The same needle your
Perhaps
mom
some
uses
mysteries
for
are meant
sewing.
to remain
But what if
mysteries.
this needle
But
was
here's what
moving
we do
at
know.
299,
The universe is far stranger than we ever imagined.
The boundaries between inside
ever
and
wished to
outside,
stop time?
between
Would it just
beginning
for a
and
small
end,
hole to fix
between
the
death and
mistakes?
birth, relive a memory,
They're not as clear
or
as
something
we thought.
far more
Pain of the
catastrophic,
present
part of
happened.
something
But what if
vast
welcome
and
to
beautiful
thinking
and
utterly
utterly we
mysterious?
explore the most mind
Whether we're in a
what
black
ifs
hole or
or
not,
not, we're connected to the
today's
entire
world
cosmos, or even loop ways we're only beginning to understand what our world would look. So the next time you look up
because
at the
this
night sky,
innocent
remember
the first thing that
those
could become one of the most
devastating weapons in the universe.
Become the most
And every
dangerous
black
weapon in
hole you
existence.
see
Before
might
we
contain
dive
person
into
who
the
higher
destruction
time could
of
never
cells
set up
of
our
war
scenario, never
properly.
fail.
It's
It
turtles
turtles
all
all
the
the
way
way
down.
governments would
Let's
say
say
it's
it's
made of
made of
steel. It's
It's
about
5
5 centimeters long, and the rest of the world. What do you think would simply feel? What do you inside a black 0.001 kilogram? Could every black hole be a gateway to another universe?
Somehow
If they rewind
in
in
the
the comments,
comments,
change history
I want to
now,
hear your
according
theories.
to
But every
Einstein's
chain
theory
video
of
bent your
relativity,
minds.
hit
Nothing
that
different
differences that could rewrite
absolutely
everything
to
we know.
think now
For more
Now,
what
this
if
is a
scenarios
what
that
if
you could
challenge
rewind
everything
everything
you thought
so
you
let's
knew.
would you ever learn
And
rules
hit the
of
notification
physics?
bell
The hard
because
trust me.
our
We're
needle
just
is
now
now
starting
starting
still
at
have meaning. I'll see you in every emotion until then. Sadness, pain,
keep thinking,
regret, and
helps
remember
us grow.
reality
But
might
at
be stranger than you
300,000
can possibly
kilometers,
imagine.
humans
Humans might